Hello guys, Teacher Milena here, and Tea with me brings you today our first advanced grammar lesson. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any classes and share this video with your friend that needs to boost on the grammar structures. Let's start analyzing a mistake that we make frequently because we, Portuguese speakers, have a tendency to compare subjects in both languages. In English, a sentence must have at least one subject and one verb. So, we have to understand that there is no sentence without a subject. For example, however, I don't think finding these solutions means an end to all our troubles. Considering I as your subject and think as your verb. His clothes are old and unfashionable, but nevertheless, he has a real touch of class. His clothes and he are the subjects, are and has the verbs. Pay attention to the fact that here, we are not talking about imperative sentences. Although in many languages, Portuguese, Italian, Spanish, for example, it's very common to omit subjects. In English, that is not grammatically accurate, so be careful and pay attention to how you structure your sentences. Take a look at some sentences that we create and forget to think about the subject all the time. Last week went fishing for trout at the nearby mountain lake. A job on the day shift or the night shift at the plant available. The assigned text for history class, it contains more than 20 chapters. Departure before dawn on a boat in the middle of the harbor. Yesterday found an interesting article on pollution. If you pay attention to the sentences, you are going to see that some are not even sentences themselves. They are just the subject or the object. Sentence number 2 doesn't have a verb, and sentence number 3 presents two subjects together, the assigned text for history class and the pronoun it. Sentences 1 and 5 start with an adverb of time. They present a verb but have no subject. If you ask who went fishing or who found an interesting article, you have no answer to that. When you write your next essay or practice speaking, pay attention to some of your constructions. This is something that sometimes we let go very easily because we connect to languages that allow you to omit the subject more frequently since the verbs have different endings that indicate who performed the action. Of course, informal and spoken language present features that allow skipping the subject. But again, if you are speaking during a proficiency exam or writing your essay for the same exam, you can't do that because that's not grammatically accurate. Take a look. If you were talking to your friend, the following situation may happen naturally. Where are you going? I'm going to check on those girls. Look here that I can omit I'm going because it's informal. My friend knows who is performing the action. The informal context of the conversation allows that. When we brush up on our language skills, these individual context characteristics may not apply to all the given situations, and you may not make yourself understood. We are also taking a look at the dummy subjects. The subject is an essential part of a clause, of a sentence. Sometimes we need to use a dummy subject, where there is no other subject to put in the subject position. We use it or there as dummy subjects frequently. It's strange the way the weather changes so quickly. There are lots of things to do here in the city center. It is the pronoun we use when we refer to weather and seasons, for example. And it's very common to forget about the poor guy. It snowed a lot last night. It's not raining, is it? There, when used with the verb to be, and eat are dummy subjects because all the verbs need a subject and certain structures require adjustments. When you think about the weather, for example, in the Portuguese language, the subject is indefinite, unknown. However, in English, we have it to use in those situations. Spoken English has some informal characteristics that allow, in very informal speaking situations, to leave out the pronoun in declarative clauses, declarative sentences, particularly the subject I, with verbs like hope and know. Hope you have a great time. Do we have to do the second exercise as well? Don't think so. This is very common and normal in a spoken language. Now I have a challenge for you. Watch the previous videos on the channel about the TOEFL and IELTS speaking question 1 and choose one sample question to record your answer. Analyze your answers regarding the correct use of subjects in your sentence. Did you forget any subjects? Comment here below if you have noticed that you sometimes forget how to properly form sentences using one subject and one verb. So that's it for today, guys. Like this video, share with your friends that need a boost and need to study more grammar. And for more grammar lessons, subscribe to the channel because every Friday we have a meeting to enhance our skills together. See you then.